I'm Jaryd Clifford, I'm 19 years old, I'm an Australian Paralympian and I'm the T12 vision impaired 1500 metre world record holder. When I was 3 years old, I was diagnosed with a degenerative eye condition called juvenile macular degeneration. So basically it affects my central vision, meaning that seeing definition or things like facial features is really hard. And sometimes I kind of say it's a little bit like when they blur out a number plate on a crime show. That's probably a good way to look at it as well. Rio 2016 was a life-changing experience. Since I begun running when I was 12, every day, every session was kind of geared towards that, and qualifying was basically a realisation of nearly a lifelong dream of representing Australia at the highest level. The race then was something it's so hard to explain because I've only experienced it really that one time, and it was running out into the stadium. And in Australia, athletics doesn't really draw big crowds, but overseas it's kind of a big thing. And running out into that stadium, there's lights flashing, there's colours everywhere, the crowd was huge, and the noise, it feels like you weren't in a race. It really did feel like you were nearly part of an entertainment kind of industry, like a show. And standing on that start line, I had two Brazilians in my race, and when their names got called out, the noise, it was nearly scary. But then when it subsided, it was something that you wanted to hear again. And basically for those 4 minutes, it was just a wall of noise.
The guys who finished first and second are more than double your age, so you're a good 10 years away from your peak, Jaryd. What you're showing us here is magnificent potential.
Yeah, I mean, Tokyo 2024, 2028 is when I'll be peaking, and this experience is going to help me so much, and I just can't wait to get back out here and be up the front.
So despite my disability and despite being a Paralympian, I've also been able to hold my own against able-bodied runners as well, which able-bodied runners are just like your standard competition. And I've done that to the point now that I won an Australian title, my first Australian title at the start of the year, and I also then qualified for the able-bodied World Junior Championships, which was I was the first Australian to do that and the first in the world at the under 20 level to do that. So I'm kind of juggling a bit of both worlds at the moment, but yeah, the Paralympics, that's the reason I began running. That's where I kind of was born into the running world, so that's always going to be the priority. And the goals are towards Tokyo 2020 and trying to win gold medals in Tokyo in the Paralympics. But that being said, at the end of the day, I'm a runner just like anyone else, and I'm going to put myself on any start line and see where it gets me. And if I can run as fast as I can and it gets me to an Olympic Games one day, or it gets me wherever, I'm going to take those opportunities and see where it goes.
So I feel like Jaryd's story allows me to get more insight on people with a disability and bring light to the issues that a lot of people don't actually understand. So it has impacted me in a way that it allows me to be able to understand more and obviously treat them as normal people and don't treat them like they're any different, because they're not. They've just got something that limits them but can easily do what they want.
I definitely think he's inspiring. With everything he does, he's already the most accomplished person from our school and achieved more than anyone I know. So that's definitely inspiring. But then it's so easy to kind of forget about that when you're with him and just see him as any other friend. It's not one of those things where you're really intimidated to be around him because he's achieved so much.
So through knowing Jaryd, I've really gotten to learn a lot about different disabilities and how they affect people, but more how they can empower them and how they can go on to achieve such great things, and it is really inspiring.
I get asked this question about whether I'd change anything about my disability all the time, and I've had different answers, but now I'm pretty certain that I wouldn't change anything. It's made me the person I am today. Without my vision impairment, I'd be a completely different person. I may never have found that I was good at running. So it has given me a lot of opportunities. I wouldn't have been able to go to Rio, I wouldn't have been able to travel the world. So it is a part of me, and I think it's really important to be proud of the way you're born and to embrace yourself, and my disability is a part of myself, so I'm proud of my disability. When I decide to step off the track one day, I really want to be known as the guy that got in there and had a crack no matter what, against any field, put himself in any race that he could get into and just run as fast as I could. And I really think that's all you can ask of a runner. And at the end of the day, if I've won gold medals and broken more world records, that's cool. But I honestly think just getting in there and having a crack is what's the most important.